Hey folks, Robin here again from Traffic Rockets. Watching some content out there happening at the moment. We're hearing a lot of people recall their memories of Charlie Munger, who, as I'm sure you're aware, is Warren Buffett's business partner. Unfortunately now was Warren Buffett's business partner. And a lot of people are talking about some of the nuggets of advice he gave business owners down through the years, and people are picking out what is their most favorite and so on. The one that struck to me, jumped out at me, should we say, is simplicity. And both him and Warren, apparently, when they're considering going into a deal or investing in a company, they want to make sure that they understand it and it's simple. If it's too hard to understand, they kind of just back away from it. It's a lot to hear people like them, some of the wealthiest people in the world, have that kind of a view on simplicity, because that's one of the core tenets of the Merlin method that we teach here within Traffic Rockets. Irrespective of the clients we're serving across coaching or consultancy, across real estate, across all the groups that we serve, the core tenet of the Traffic Rockets and the Merlin method is simplicity. And we've learned this from years and years and years of working with clients, growing businesses ourselves, and finding businesses that came to us that are overly complicated, sometimes to serve the ego of the owner, other times just because they feel there's a necessity to do that, and you kind of have to offer the market every imaginable type of product for whatever particular niche you are in. But the reality is somewhat completely different. Within Merlin, we teach you how to create one core product, have it high ticket at your front end, promote it alone. We talk about making sure that when for your messaging for your product, a 12-year-old child should be able to understand what your product does. And if they can't, and if you find a 12-year-old child, put your offer in front of them. If they can't understand it, then it's too complicated. We're never trying to suggest for a moment that this is because anyone in our market, whether it's our prospects or clients or your prospects or clients, we're never suggesting for a moment that anyone is stupid or they don't have the intelligence to understand what our offer is unless they have an ability beyond a 12-year-old. But you have to understand the world that we live in today is super busy, never been busier. And even in the oldest days, like we go back even to the greats of advertising like Ogilvy and on, and even into the direct response world like Kennedy, or even people like Frank Kern, we've always been taught the importance of having simplicity in your market offer, making people understand it, because people are busier. And in the old days, that was important when things weren't nearly as busy as they are today. So today, I'd go as far as to say it's critical. Over the years, people come to us. One of the first things we do is we look at their businesses and see, is it simple? Do you have too many products? Are there too many offers? Are there too upsells, downsells? Is it too technical? Are you trying to get too technical in your messaging, trying to teach people about things they don't even need to understand in order to get the result that you actually provide? And if you boil it all down to complete simplicity, what we recommend, one group, whether that's on Facebook or on other platforms, like School, we have one offer, and then that's your complete front end, and that's all you sell to your market. Now your market understands what you've got, it's perfectly clear, they understand what problem you solve, they'll more likely therefore engage with your content, and down the line, once they become a client, then you can get into all sorts of fancy back-end products or whatever it is you want to sell them, but you've actually acquired a client. And too many of you are offering too much out there at the front end, confusing your prospects to the point that a confused mind does nothing. They'll never sign up with you. If you simplify the process and make it easier, the likelihood of them signing up with you increases exponentially. So if you don't believe me, that's fine, but I'm sure you might believe people like Charlie Munger. If you look back at all the greats over time in the marketing sphere, they all talk about simplicity. And here at Charlie Munger's passing, one of the last nuggets he left us is to remember the power of simplicity. So take a look at your business today, look at what you're doing, look at what you're probably maybe doing too much of, simplify it down, and if you do that, you're going to find your growth much, much easier. I'll see you on the next one.